So up until this morning, the storybook romance and 25-year marriage of Will and Jada Pinkett Smith has survived challenges up until this morning. Like, you know, for instance, Jada's calling her an entanglement that with their son's friend. Okay, that was one. And Will defending his wife's honor by smacking Chris Rock at the Oscars, yeah. Well, forget all that, okay? That was a fairy tale, and that ship has sailed. Because now, Jada has just dropped a major plot twist. Take a look.
The year 2016, which is 7 years ago now.
Yes.
Y'all have been...
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
Oh.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Bridge Reacts. I'm your host, Marcus. Thank you for stopping by to see another episode here at The Bridge, where we want to bridge the gap between men and women, between the masculine and feminine energies. We want to build up the community. We want to have a strong working class, less divorces, more marriages, long-lasting relationships, so our children, future generations, can have a chance at being decent human beings and assets to society. Welcome. Today's topic, as you already know, we looked at the thumbnail, you saw the little intro at the beginning. Shout out to editing Marcus, I appreciate you. Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. I understand we're tired of talking about these two individuals and all the drama and all the BS that comes with them. She just released a book. Shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith doing terrible numbers. All this for nothing. A lot of lies being found out about things that she's been saying recently. Just more embarrassment to her, her family, and of course, unfortunately, old Willard. Willard is being castrated again, as usual, per usual. There goes the Fresh Prince. But today's video, we are looking at the lead attorney here. Like, shout out to the lead attorney. I am a huge supporter. First of all, he's hilarious. Second of all, he is a divorce attorney for 20 plus years. Been in the game for a very long time. If you want to talk about anything that has to do with divorces, marriages, this is your guy, not me. I'm just telling you what I think, and I'm challenging everyone else, and you can challenge me back. Because I've been researching a lot of this information and I know how to treat people and other children of God. But he actually has the experience. He's been in the courtroom, dealt with divorces for decades, man. Like he is the truth. Please subscribe and check out his videos. He literally has all the gold, the gems on his channel, man. I love his content. We're going to react to more of his content later on. He just has long live streams. So we're chopping the hell out of this video. Long intro. We're just going to get straight to it. But the main thing really to take away from this is just my point of view when it comes to all this and how it's actually kind of Willard's fault. It is Willard's fault, I have to say. Of course, Jada is a huge factor in the fault of a lot of these problems and what we've seen recently. But I think Will is a big part of this. These two individuals, superstars, one is, much more successful and better, and everyone actually cares about him compared to the other, but they're superstars, right, in our eyes as average people. Unless you're above average, then welcome to the channel, donate please. It's just that it's horrific to see someone just unironically and just with no care in the world just wants to emasculate and destroy the image of their man. I don't understand what woman, especially has a successful, charming, amazing, talented, iconic man like Will Smith as your man. Why would you go out and do these terrible things to him? But then again, at the same time, same breath, why is Willard allowing these things to happen? Why hasn't he divorced her? Why hasn't he potentially gotten the prenup? He probably should have gotten. No. There's a lot of things, a lot of factors into this. That's why I am making this video. I'm not going to talk about them multiple times. This is a one and last video unless she comes out and turns out she is literally a demon this whole time, like she was a spawn of Satan or something like that. Then of course I'll make another video. We'll follow up. But to end that intro, please subscribe, hit the like button, and notification bell if you appreciate what we're doing over here on the channel. I got my nice attire on because we trying to look good in the courtroom today. Now I'm gonna let the lead attorney take over. Let's check it out. Here it is.
Lead attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well, man. Listen. I am going to give you my take on this, and it's a little different. It's a little special. A lot of people have been covering this, but I'm different over here. Now, you don't know who I am, mucho gusto. I am the lead attorney, a 20-year divorce attorney. Oh, I done seen it all.
I bet he has.
I done seen it all. And this right here, boy, y'all are in the right place today. You know, you see a lot of content creators opining on this, but they don't really have the background that I do. I've been handling shit like this my entire adult life. Content, but you know, I've come full circle on this. You know, I was all, you know, sugar and spice, everything nice in my 20s, got married like you were supposed to. I did the right thing. Made an honest woman out of her.
Amen.
10 years later, I was like, I got to get rid of her. I don't like the way this is going. And then jump back on the dating scene. After 10 years, everything had changed. You just hate to see fallen brothers, but
That's
Will
right.
is fallen. Do y'all remember that video where he was like, oh, well, stop recording me? That bitch was like, ain't nobody stopping shit. Stop recording me because that's my brand. And if you're going to record me, they were at their house. You remember that? If you're going to record me, you need my consent and permission. Jada was like, if you don't shut your bitch ass up. I was like, oh my God. Man.
All right, so I'm gonna be jumping around this video a lot because this video is like 2 hours and 23 minutes. I know you're not gonna stick around that long. I'm probably not gonna stick around that long. So we're just gonna jump to these timestamps and go over the information. But that was really wild that she just kept on recording the homeboy like when he was in his own house. And this is like probably the realest we've ever seen of Willard Smith. I'm gonna keep calling him Willard. He gets Will back once he deals with this himself. But Willard Smith, he like, I've never seen that face on that man before. Not even in acting, I've never seen that. It's crazy. Something to think about. And if you don't get it or you don't think it's a big deal, maybe you shouldn't marry him. I'm just saying.
Let's watch what Jada has to say, and then we're going to break it down. Let me turn this on, and what we're going to watch is Jada Pinkett shucking and jiving about how she's a straight shooter, and then come to find out that, you know, she's been lying to everybody for 7 years.
And kind of entering into my point later on towards the video, the end of the video, when I give my final thoughts, that is a glimpse of it. Like, he is a grown-ass man. At the end of the day, Jada cannot make him do things unless she just literally has something over him, you know, blackmail that can destroy his complete, like, everything about him. We will assume, because we don't know for a fact, we will assume that that isn't true. So he is his own man. He got up on that stage, slapped Chris Rock. He is actively not going to divorce her. He is actively staying in this and allowing her to do all this stuff, come up with this book, talking about lies and expose, like talking about how Tupac proposed to her. This man ran away and faked his death so he could get away from you. What are you talking about? Whatever, but let's go.
Years. Let's go.
Including that slap at the Oscars. She was sitting right next to Will Smith.
Oh, don't forget about the slap. He slapped
Just get on with the video,
a
Lee.
black man
Come on,
over
man.
this wife, and they've been separated for 7 years, and she's fucking other dudes. Man, whatever. Let's go.
Is one half of Hollywood's most powerful couple. She's at the center of constant gossip and controversy, including that slap at the Oscars. She was sitting right next to Will Smith. And when we met up with Jada in her hometown of Baltimore to talk about her candid new memoir, Worthy, she opened up about an issue.
That's such a great title. That is such a great title. Does anybody think that this lady is worthy of being your wife?
Absolutely not.
Does anybody think she is worthy of being a wife? I know a lot of people don't rock with Kevin Samuels and all this, all that, but over here, man, Kevin Samuels was a king. And he talked about women being worthy.
Hate him or love him, this man, Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul, R.I.P., he's a child of God. Remember that. He was spitting facts, bro. You cannot be upset of someone holding a mirror up to you and saying this is what's really going on, and you don't want to look at it yourself. You're upset about that. You got to be upset more about yourself than. And he was talking about men before he was talking about women. No one cared. He talked to men. He was actually worse to men than he was to women. Like I said, God rest his soul, but a lot of people hated him. Hey.
Worthy. And what you saw a lot of times is women would think they are worthy if they like self-anointed themselves as worthy. But does anybody think this lady is worthy? And there are worthy women out there. There are. There are tons of strong word, but there are.
And there are a lot of our sisters out here who are worthy. Let's make that clear. There are a lot of black ladies out here, not just black ladies. There are a lot of women, but a lot of black ladies who are worthy of being wives, being courted, being treated like a wife, a wifey, an actual woman, not just a female. Let's keep that straight. There's a lot of them. They're really hard to find. They're not easy to find, especially in the West, man, America. There's a whole nother different breed of ladies here. Let's be real. And different breed of men, I guess, sure. But
yeah, I know it's a lot of men in the y'all these women, they all hoes. No. There are a lot of hoes, right? That's how we get sucked off. Don't shoot a give horse in the mouth now. Listen.
okay.
That there are women who are willing to spread it around for us. But when it comes time for us to settle down, we are looking for a worthy woman. And what do we have here? And the fucked up thing, guys, like you can't blame Will in the beginning because can we be honest? Some of y'all are too young. Y'all don't really remember this. Jada was the shit back in the day. Did she ever have double D's? No. I mean, they A cups, but they cute A cups. I mean, what is she, 5'3"? $112? $115? Cute in the face, man. Jason's Lyric. Wasn't she in Jason's Lyric? Menace to Society.
To speed up, Lee. You just talking.
You wouldn't, man. A Different World. Come on. Let's go. Back to this book. She's got a new book. All right, here we go.
Kept secret until now.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was...
Wow. In 2016, we're in 2023. In 2016, they decided that they were going to live, quote, completely separate lives. Then the word is completely separated. First, they were joined in the bonds of holy matrimony, one union, and then they got a divorce. And it was a real divorce, but it wasn't a legal divorce. Listen to what I'm telling you. They decided in 2016 to divorce. What was the word she used? Live completely separate lives. That's what a fucking divorce is. I'm a 20-year divorce attorney. I'm telling you what it is.
I'm listening. We listening.
When you look at your spouse and say, I am going to live a completely separate life from you, that is a divorce. I had an ex-wife. I had a wife. She is now my ex. I divorced her. I live a completely separate life from her. I had to talk to her 3 months ago for something that, a loose end that needed to be wrapped up from a long time ago. And she started with the bullshit. I straight hung up on her ass and blocked her. Like, what the fuck? Who are you? Do you know what I got going on over here? F you.
You better go in.
We're completely separate. These people.
Being cordial and stoicism. I feel your energy, but stoicism. Let's be cordial. Let's be proper. Let's be proper.
People are saying in 2016 they decided to live completely separate lives. Guys, I'm telling you, that's a divorce. But not a legal divorce.
It's a handshake.
Why didn't they just take the extra step, just the real step? Just let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
Let's see what they say.
Not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce.
How long have you guys been together?
23 years.
23 years. All right, that's not such a great look, but y'all know what it is, man. Listen, now I always tell you guys that y'all are like, oh, I'm married. I said, how long you been married? 3 years? I said, you ain't married.
Listen.
You ain't married. What do you mean? I got married 3 years ago. Your ass ain't married.
I'm listening too.
Well, we went down to the courthouse and got a marriage license. I said, no, you ain't fucking married. Not to me. To me, a 20-year divorce attorney, a marriage starts at year 7. Don't come to me talking about you're married unless you've been married for at least 7 years. That's when the real marriage appears. Been married for a year and you like a feast. A feast been married for a year. He was married for a year and a half and getting marriage advice. How are you giving marriage advice to men when you've been married a year and a half?
I'm not even married and I'm giving marriage advice.
That ain't a real marriage. You don't really understand what a marriage is until year 7. That's when the shit is like, oh, okay, this is a real marriage. These people have been married for 23 years at this point.
That's equity.
So, I mean, a 23-year marriage, man, that's so deep, guys. That's the deepest relationship you can have with another person. A 23-year marriage. That's for real.
That's amazing. How do you keep it hot?
And let me just stop right there too, because she's gonna answer this question: how do you keep it hot? But I wanted y'all to see this. This is the problem. This is a symptom. Y'all might have missed it. But she said 23-year marriage. She's been married for 23 years. And what happened? The host, Queen Latifah, shout out to the Queen, the audience, they all exploded. Yeah, 23 years. Did anybody clap about it being happy? What are people applauding? They're not applauding that it is a happy marriage. They're not applauding that it is a successful marriage. They're not applauding that it is a productive marriage. They're just applauding about the time. The time. Guys, if there's one thing that's really not important, or something that's less important, it's the time. Do you want to live to be 105 if you got sentenced to life in prison at 17 years old? 17 years old, you were sentenced to life in prison. You're 105. Think about all the bullshit, the food, the abuse, the corruption, the fights, the stabbings. Think about everything that you went through in prison from 17 years old to 105 years old. You say, oh, well, this person lived to 105. Yeah. His life was shit. His life was shit.
Good point.
So many of y'all, man, y'all be like, oh, my parents were married for 45 years. You don't even know the shit that your parents went through. I find out as a divorce attorney when I have to divorce these people what your parents went through. I find out things that you will never know that your parents went through.
I believe it.
And some of y'all know y'all's parents' marriage is not a good marriage. But everybody's applauding the years, right? I mean, no one sees a problem with this, but again, it's because it's a different perspective that I have. Let's watch this shit again.
They're separated.
So how long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
You see that shit? Nobody asked if it was happy.
You keep it hot.
It's a good point.
How do I keep it hot?
Maybe I don't know.
All right, shout out to Shout out to this girl, man. Attorneys, listen, when we're attorneys, we have to cross-examine you. And after you cross-examine people for, let's say, about after year 7, year 8 of cross-examining people, you start to get a second sense, an intuition when people are lying on the stand. Point, the guy is like, you've been married 23 years. How do you keep it hot? Well, what was implicit in his question was her marriage is hot, right? That's what he was saying. It's not like she said her marriage is hot, so she's really not lying. But listen to her answer. Just listen to it. As an attorney who cross-examines people, like this just stood out to me so much. Listen to this. Listen to her answer.
Keep it hot.
How do I keep it hot?
In the lead attorney's video, his streaming, I guess, is lagging. It's not me. It's not your phone or device, whatever you're looking at. It's his live stream is lagging, by the way. So, or maybe it is you.
Maybe I don't know.
How do you? When anytime, guys, and listen, yeah, I should write a book on how to tell if people are lying or not. If you talking to your wife, man, or your girlfriend, and you ask her something, you look at her phone. Who is Mike? Mike. Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. If they ask her who is Mike, oh man, Mike worked down at this, and fine. But if she starts, you'd be like, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Your shit's fucked up.
Luckily, I haven't had that, but damn. Take notes.
Guys, if someone asked me how to be a successful YouTuber, I could talk to you guys for hours on that. I have 2 courses on that. Hours and hours, both courses are probably 30 hours. I put on the thumbnail, when I made the thumbnail to this live stream, I know y'all don't remember, but I put some words on there and she says, I made a promise. I think she's going to say that in here. I made a promise never to get divorced. You made a lot of promises. You made a lot of promises. You made so many promises to this man.
And to his point, class, can you tell me the number one promise you probably has made to Willard? What do you think as a married wife, divorced, whatever the hell this is, what do you think most monumental promise she has made to this man? Let's be honest. Or vows. And guess what you've been doing? And let's be real, because I've done a lot of research with the whole Jada Pinkett Smith and all this other stuff, and we could put more into this video, depends on how much time I have. Jada never wanted to be married. She seemed as though she was never the woman that wants to be in a committed, monogamous relationship from day one. It didn't seem like she was ever that, unless you're Tupac. Maybe then she would have acted right, I don't know. But it seems as though she never really wanted that family life, to have kids and do all this. She wanted to be Jada Pinkett Smith. She wanted to be, in a sense, I don't want to say the boss babe, boss chick, but whatever. She wanted to be the standalone. She wants to travel. She wants to do her acting career, this, that, and third, focus on her career and do what pleases her. And that's fine. It's not wrong. I want to make this clear too. Even though I am more about, relationships and commitment, those vows, staying together, building a working class family unit community, that typically is from marriages. It's not from being by yourself, working for yourself, making money for yourself, and spending it all on yourself. That's not what really builds community and a strong working class. I mean, you're a strong working woman, and that's cool. I want to make sure that is known with this channel. This is not the channel hating women for wanting to take the route of being the boss babe, the boss chick, the woman that gets her money. And I'm not trying to talk down on any woman like that. You are taking that route in life, ladies. It tends to be harder for you to find a man who you can respect that makes around the same money as you or more, and that will stay with just you. It's a really interesting equilibrium almost. Just like if a dude that he wants to have his own family and he makes a lot of money, even though he has you know, basically almost every other woman being okay with, you know, him because he has a lot of money, he has stability, financial security. It's like you don't know who actually cares about you and loves you and actually wants to stick around no matter what, with or without the money. So there's a equilibrium here, which is a really interesting concept if you really think about it like that. But I'm just getting very philosophical. Marcus, let's get back into the video.
You know, don't talk about a promise that you wanted to keep when you're fucking other dudes. Right now, to be fair, there have been some rumors of entanglement with Will, but it's never the dude that's out there putting the woman on blast, unless it's Antonio Brown, but he's got CTE. That's another thing. Why are you sitting at this goddamn table? Why did you not flip the table on her forehead? Like, just wild out. Do something to save your masculinity. I mean,
Red table talk.
Of course, don't flip the table on the girl, but goddamn. Anyway, let's keep this shit going. It's so hard to watch.
Called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public know they had already split.
So I guess my question is, I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
You are. So you're a straight talker. All right. You say it to us straight.
Except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an attorney. I don't know who this white woman is. Y'all remember back in the day, it was who was it? Kelly Griffith, and then it was that white woman with Regis. I don't know who this lady is. She could be an attorney. Look at Jada's face. Jada's like, oh, you me. She set Jada up. This is an attorney move right here. This is an attorney move. Now you're a straight talker. I am. You always tell the truth. I do. You got good character. Yes, I do. You don't lie to us. I don't. Except when you do lie. Oh, well, yeah. Oh, this white lady set Jada up. This is how Will should have been. Will should have been a white woman. Will should have been setting Jada up.
I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
Except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
So why do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
During our walk in Baltimore.
So she's saying, listen, I'm lying to everybody just because I haven't figured out how to tell you guys. I would tell you that I'm lying, but I haven't figured it out. What am I supposed to say? Can I tell you the truth? And I will say this, guys, I was just like y'all. For all of my life, I was just like y'all. I was just a regular person living life. And then I got on social media. Woo. When you get on social media and people start looking into you and people start looking at you in a different light, you're like, oh, I can't say what I really want to say.
Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regard.
Shout out to Christopher Williams. Christopher Williams said, this ain't no partnership. I think that was Christopher Williams that said that. Whoever said that is exactly right. It's Christopher Williams. This damn boy, when you aiming a fucking phone at an A-list celebrity, and he's like, hey man, don't aim that phone at me. Stop recording me. This is my brand. You need consent to record me. I don't give you my consent. Shut the up, Will. What type of partnership is that? She's still lying. Like, it's whatever. Let's go.
Regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
During our walk in Baltimore, Jada reflected on their breakup.
Why did the relationship fracture?
Oh, why it fractured? That's a lot of things in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Jada
wow.
says she considered
Wait a minute. Wow. They've been married for 23 years, stuck in a fantasy of who the other person should be?
What?
That's a lie. That's a lie. When does the fantasy go away? In year 7. In year 7, there's no more fantasies. She's still lying. You cannot get the truth out of this lady for sure. No one has been married for 23 years still stuck in a fantasy. No one. I'm telling you as a 20-year divorce attorney.
I'm listening.
Are there fantasies at the wedding? Yes. Are there fantasies when you're arm in arm feeding each other the cake? It's all fantasy at the wedding. 3 months in, she comes home and you dig hard as hell. You're like, oh my God. You come home and she got the butterflies in the stomach. 3 months, it's a fantasy. In year 7, she walk out the shower butt naked. It's like, man, if you don't get out my face, I'm trying to watch the game. I know you like the game, but what about this? I don't give a shit about that. Like, the game is on. The Falcons are playing. We're down by 7. Come on now, there's 2 minutes left. Can you move out of my way? Year 23, I'm still stuck in a fantasy, man. This lady just bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit, man. Let's go.
Relationship fracture.
Oh, well, why a fracture? That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
We're approaching towards the end of the video. This live stream, we're not even halfway through it. Like I said, this is going to be a long video because I have to chop the hell out of this. I want to edit it right. I want this to be one of the better videos that really talks about a lot of different things within this. So, of course, like divorces. Of course, the main thing, marriages, relationships, what is wrong. Clearly, almost everything this woman has been doing recently. It's not how you're supposed to treat your other half, especially a man who does so much for you and your family. The luxurious lifestyle, the abundance, not to get by, not what she needs, but what she wants. It's from Willard. It's not from Jada. Now, she probably has money. She probably has more money than me. I have student debt. That makes sense. She's a E-list celebrity, So she probably has her money to an extent, but all the stuff that she is involved in, that she's a part of, the world that she's in, is because of Willard. It's not because of her. And if you are willing to treat someone of such a high status who actually cares about you and gives a f about you, what was a big part of the reason why you have your children, your beautiful children, I'm sure you love, when you want to treat him with some level of respect, he takes care of you and the kids. An icon to multiple generations. And you treat him like this. But once again, she wouldn't if he didn't allow that to happen. That's my point. There is an ego here, I think, personally, when it comes to Will. He doesn't believe in getting another divorce because he divorced his first wife or whatever, and then within 5 days hits up Jada and says, hey, you're my girlfriend now, or something like that. And then she's like, okay, leaves her brand new home somewhere to go up to LA with Willard. It's just all dumb to me. She clearly has some mental health issues, and then Tupac was filling in that void, literally, of whatever wasn't there, and Will, he always, I guess, loved her ever since after his first wife, so he always has been on this uphill battle trying to meet the standard of Tupac. You will never, Willard, sweetheart, you will never be Tupac, and I think you know that. I think you've known that for a very long time, way before the slap. Jada knows that, everyone else knows that, but do you really know that? Are you internalizing that? I understand you don't want to get a divorce, and I, on the other hand, am against it as well. Or on the same hand, I'm against it as well. But when there is literally no other answer, there's other people involved, so adultery and all that other stuff. There's a lot of just filthy, gross stuff in this. It makes sense in this case. And this is coming from Marcus, the guy that doesn't want divorces. I want to see families together, working it out and strengthening each other, growing and building. This woman is a wrecking ball. There is no building. She destroys. She is a destroyer. And releasing this book talking about everything and lying about half of it, apparently. I'm surprised you even hit this video. I really appreciate it. Once again, I'm sure everyone's tired of hearing about this, but it's just there is something wrong with her, but there's also something wrong with him. I don't want to just put all the blame on Jada, even though a lot of it comes from her. If you look deeper into it, I think you as a man, you court and you wife the woman up. Now, I know we want to distance ourselves from tradition and we want to do anything and everything, You know, mark my words, I'm sure B will be a thing very soon to be accepted. Like pedophilia, I gotta bleep out some of these words. But the man courts the woman. The man makes the woman his wife. The woman says yes. The man is the access to what class? Relationships, marriage. Woman, the access of the pleasure, the we all have our own roles. I know we don't like roles for whatever reason. We at the Bridge, we don't mind that. It actually helps build a strong community family, you know, strengthens everything. But I know a lot of the world doesn't like that, or the Western world, but there are some roles or some things that are set in place, and it's okay to still abide by that. 2 + 2 will always be 4. The sky on a bright summer's day is going to be blue. All right. Main thing is that the tale of two egos, both of them are actually clashing. Just as much as this is Jada's fault, I dare say this is just as much as Will's fault. Maybe not as much, but damn, if you are Willard Smith, you are the Willard Smith. You shouldn't have to put up with a woman like this. You shouldn't have to put up with anyone like this, who treats you like this, who just likes to spill all your business out there, lie about other things that make you even look crazier. You shouldn't have to put up with this. No woman should even have to put up with a man who treats her like this. No one deserves this, especially not Willard. But then again, he made his own bed. He's lying in it in his own house because she's not there. Apparently, they live 2 completely separate lives, as she said already. My main point is we need to really look at marriage and not just a throwaway thing as just something to do, not just something to, oh, let me go ahead and call someone else up because I need to be married to somebody, or not just because, oh, I want to have this extravagant, amazing looking wedding that's just crazy expensive just for a day to prove to everyone that I can spend a lot of money on this amazing day that doesn't mean anything years from now. I mean, it means something, but does the wedding mean more than the marriage? Let's really think about that. Right? But I don't want to go on another rant and just have, you know, my phone die or the storage filled up again. But tell me what you guys think about the video. Tell me what you think about the lead attorney. Please, seriously, check out the lead attorney's videos, his content, subscribe to his content. Like a lot of the information I get is from individuals who are very much so well equipped with this information, who have done the work for years, a decade, 2 decades, man. The lead attorney is one of them. Like, if you think a lot of the things that I'm saying makes sense and it's the right thing, or, you know, it's truth, you should check out individuals like the lead attorney. Seriously. And that'd be really cool to interview him one day. That'd be super cool, dope. I think that would make the channel so much better, wouldn't it? 20 years in the game, talk to us about marriage and what to expect, and why it is important and what it's supposed to mean. I think that would be amazing, especially he has been through the process of divorce as well. It would be amazing. But please like and subscribe to The Bridge Reacts. If you think this was a great video and you like the channel, support it, please. We are here to build up the community, build up the message of, hey, we can do better, we can be better, not just point our finger at the opposite person, but maybe what can we do for ourselves as men? What can we do for y'all selves as women, right? There's 2 sides of this coin. If we want to get along, we need to understand the other side. That's the whole point of the channel. But once again, I'm rambling. Please stay tuned for the next episode, where I'm going to have another a special guest that you probably missed for a while now. I don't know when this is going to drop, but please check that out as well. You guys stay blessed. Be careful. You know, stay alert. If you're going to get on one knee and marry a woman, you know, mean it. If you're going to say yes and say I do, maybe be a wife. But you guys have a nice one. Stay safe. Stay blessed.